back again. I just want to say that last year, ang Movement for Good Governance gave President Aquino a grade of 4.8 with respect to corruption, where 7.5, sasabihin natin na 0 is he broke his promises kasi based on the campaign promises he made on corruption. 0 is he broke his promise. 2.5 is Diyos ko, saksakan ng sagal. 5 is he is underperforming. 7.5 is he's on track for his target. At saka 10, na-achieve na. So kung 4.8, you know, it really is a passing mark. But we will see what happens this year. Okay, Sunny, binase mo yung iyong yung results ng survey ng Pulse Asia. Okay, and sinabi nila, okay sila. At meron bang other questions na binigay para malaman natin kung bakit sa kanilang pananaw, okay ang ginagawa ni Presidente o gusto lang nila ang smile niya?
Ay, hindi po. Yung po ay batay doon sa tanong na ano ang tatlong pinaka-urgent na issue na naakala niyong dapat harapin ng administrasyon at batay doon sa paghahanay ng mga top 3 issues, approve ba kayo o disapprove doon sa performance? Yun po ang naging batayan nung sinabi ko kanina.
You, Vince, when you say 5, passing, parang pasang-awa yun Bakit passing? What pulls him up and what pulls him down?
Well, two major events nangyari dito sa first 2 years ni Pinoy sa fight against corruption. Unang-una, yung pagtanggal kay Mercy Gutierrez as ombudsman. I think we can attribute that to pressure from the Office of the President. Yung pangalawa, yung pagtanggal sa pwesto kay Chief Justice Corona.
Naku, I will not agree with you there, but that's okay.
I think that's also
yes.
Something that the President had set his sights on in terms of removing some of the obstacles sa fight against corruption.
So that's the good part.
Yes.
What's the bad part?
Medyo kulang pa yung fight against corruption. Unang-una, yung kanyang support for freedom of information. Now, sa kanyang inaugural speech, sa kanyang dalawang SONA, he has not mentioned freedom of information as a critical piece of legislation. At alam naman natin, sa fight against corruption, napakahalaga talaga ang freedom of information legislation.
Tama nga naman si Vince, Secretary Coloma, because nung nagkampanya siya, sabi niya, talagang isusulong niya yung freedom of information.
Isinulong na po sapagkat meron ng administration measure na pinadala na sa ating legislatura. Umandar na po yan. Dumaan na sa committee hearings, technical working groups. Nasa kamay na po ng ating mga senador at kongresista para itulak yan. No? Wala namang pong kaduda-duda na gustong ipatupad dyan.
Kasi sa ngayon, ang Freedom of Information Bill dun sa lower house ay stalled. Walang nangyari dun sa committee under Chairman Everdone. Si President Aquino has not mentioned it in any of the LEDAC meetings as a priority bill. He has not mentioned it publicly in any of his speeches.
So in other words, it's just a matter of pushing.
Yes,
at sinasabi nyo, hindi nagpupush si Pinoy kagaya ng pinush niya against Corona at saka pinush niya against Mercy Gutierrez.
Tama. We don't see that kind of support coming from the President.
Why is there a lack of enthusiasm na hindi siya nagsasalita tungkol dyan? He was talking again and again about Corona. And he will not say anything about the freedom of information.
Sabihin na lang po natin, Professor Willie, na ito ay bahagi ng isang constellation of policy measures. Hindi naman po nag-iisa yun, no? As if yun na po ang be-all and end-all.
Of course.
Mas importante po siguro, ano ba talaga ang asal nitong administration na ito?
What do you say? Is SALN more available now or more easily, readily accessible now or not?
Compared to last year, parang pareho lang.
So what grade will you give?
Sabi ko po 7 or
7.
better.
Huwag naman 7. Pwede pa. Okay, that's one. The second one is the Freedom of Information Bill. Ang sabi nyo, andyan na, what do you call it? It nakasalang na sa House of Representatives. Why aren't you happy with that? Nakasalang na pala
Hindi gumagalaw sa lower house
So what grade will you give now?
On freedom of information? 3. Yeah.
And now your grade
7
is...
po ulit.
Okay, ito namang performance-based appointments. Ito talagang, itong lahat na ito po ay programa ni Presidente as part of his campaign platform against corruption. Sabi niya, my appointments are going to be based on merit, etc. Now, do you think that it's better ang ang kalidad ng appointments niya, Sunny?
Pag tinignan po natin yung overall, palagay ko po, makikita naman natin na may quality appointments po dyan. No? Mga magsaysay awardees, meron po mga recognition sa kanila, even from international award bodies. Maganda po ang kanilang academic record. At masasabi ko po, Professor Winnie, this is my third time in government. Ngayon lang po ako nakakita ng Presidente na binigyan po ng laya ang kanyang mga cabinet secretaries na mag-nominate ng sarili nilang undersecretary, assistant secretary, director, para po maging merit-based talaga.
Meron ka bang problema dyan, Vince?
Sa appointment, sa tingin ko, dalawa yung issue eh. Yung isa yung proseso, yung pangalawa yung kalidad ng appointments.
Okay.
Sa kalidad ng appointments, mas lalo dun sa mga key cabinet positions, I think maganda naman yung kalidad. Kung
I was
natin.
just looking at the key
Yes.
cabinet positions.
Maganda naman.
Yeah.
Pero yung isa sa mga pangako ni President Aquino sa kanyang campaign was to have a transparent process of appointment. Yun, bagsak siya doon. Unang-una, dapat yung search committee, kasi may search committee naman sa loob ng Malacanang.
Meron. Meron
Yes.
ba?
Meron po.
Okay. Sino ang namumuno ron?
Sa PMS po.
Si Julie Abad.
Yung
Julia.
pong main body noon, yung secretariat noon na nasa PMS po.
Okay.
Pero hindi natin alam yung members ng search committee.
Bakit?
Hindi ko rin po alam. Mga miyembro.
See? So,
Really? You
Pero
don't
po, itangi po natin, ituring natin. No? For certain levels, katulad nga ng mga presidential appointees, yung pong cabinet secretary mismo ang binigyan ng responsibility na mag-nominate at mag-validate ng qualifications na mga ninonominate. At meron din po mga screens na ina-apply dyan. No? Merong dapat na ombudsman clearance, merong iba't ibang clearance from different government agencies. Kaya hindi naman po ito reckless or mindless process. May sistema po naman at very purposive naman.
well, yun, kulang sa transparency. Hindi natin alam yung proseso sa loob ng Malacanang.
In other words, Sunny, he's not noy-noying.
Ay, hindi po talaga.
Okay. How
Sa
long-
pong malaking kasinungalingan yung mga
Talaga?
ito.
Anong oras siya pumapasok sa opisina niya? At anong oras siya umaalis sa opisina niya?
Sa pagkalam
does he
ko po,
stay there?
pangkaraniwan, no, between 9 to 9:30 pumapasok na po siya. Umaalis siya mga 8 po ng gabi.
So what is your grade? The grade we gave them in the first year, 5 ang kanya,
Sa proseso, 3 pa rin.
sa proseso, 3 pa rin.
Yeah.
Next is public information on government budget.
Yun, mataas yun.
Mataas yun.
Yes.
Mataas sa amin yun.
Yes, mataas yun.
First year pa lang.
Yes.
8 ang binigay namin. 8 ang binigay. And the reason we did not give it a 10 was because mayroong mga ibang ahensya na hindi pinopost yung kanilang budget. And unfortunately, nag-check na naman ako ngayon. I went to agency budgets. Merong napakagagaling na talagang out front, Department of Budget, the DSWD, talagang up front yun, DPWH, up front. Ako, merong mga iba na. Paano nyo? Anong ginagawa nyo, Sunny? Don't you do your own monitoring? Kasi sinasabi niya, you have to be as transparent as possible. Who monitors for the president? Kung ginagawa kasi tao niya yun eh. In other words, that's sakop niya yun. That's executive.
Palagay ko po ang aspetong yan ay nasa poder po noong good governance cluster na ang nangunguna ay si Secretary Abad. At ang masasabi ko po, meron po kasi tayong accountability tool ngayon at iyan yung budget.
Alright? So that's high.
I would agree.
8.
8.
Opo.
8.
At least
Okay.
8 po.
Okay, na naman. At least pwede ba?
Siyempre po,
Citizens Monitoring and Feedback System. Ang binigay namin sa kanya last year ng Movement for Good Governance is 5. Slow. Kasi meron nga, daming hotline. Pero walang feedback. Anong experience mo dyan, Sunny?
Ang experience po namin ngayon, yung malaking bahagdan po ng ating population ay nag-engage na through the social media. No? Ang ibig po sabihin ay
Twitter,
yung Facebook,
Facebook.
Twitter, napaka-active po, lalo na yung ating mga kabataan.
You're saying na talagang there is an improvement. Do you agree with that?
I think maganda yung nakita natin online. Presence ng Office of the President, halimbawa, yung pati yung mga departments, maganda yung improvement sa mga kanilang mga website. Pero ayon sa feedback, it's uneven, masabi natin. Halimbawa, yung MMDA, for example, maganda naman yung kanilang feedback mechanism.
Talagang maganda yun?
Very
Galing po.
responsive.
Yung Twitter po nila
Yes.
ay heavily patronized.
Sa tingin ko, yung MMDA is best practice dito sa Aquino government.
So you're saying, ayun ang dapat
Yun dapat yun.
i-adapt
Yes.
ng mga ibang ahensya.
MMDA dapat yung hempla.
By
what's-
priority po, Prof. Willie, siguro po, uunahin talaga yung frontline services.
Okay.
Katulad ng MMDA, no, where the rubber hits the road, ika nga.
So what do you say about the monitoring and feedback system? Ang grade namin 5 noon. Ano ang grade mo?
Sa atin ko, mga 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yes.
If you say 8 or 9.
E di, sasali na po ko doon sa 7 ni Vince.
Now, strengthening the Department of Justice. Ang nakuha ng Department of Justice, that strengthening was 2.5. In other words, talagang saksakan ng sagal. The reason why the Department of Justice is so slow, the prosecution is so slow, is because there are not enough prosecutors. So, sinugod ko, Sani, ito ha.
Opo.
Sabi ko, bakit naman ang bagal-bagal naka-estangkado dun sa Malacanang? What is it in Malacanang that stops these people?
Kailangan po siguro suriin talaga yung sistema doon at yung proseso. No? Kasi nga po, maaring kulang sa tao o yung proseso mismo, mabagal talaga. Ang atin pong dapat isaisip, yung systemic reform po talaga eh. Maraming mga sistema sa ating burokrasya ngayon na tila mabagal eh. No? So dapat talaga ay change of paradigm towards more efficient government, more responsive government. No? At sa nakikita ko po naman, there is every desire to do it. Kailangan po talaga ay extra push towards that direction.
So last year I gave 2.5. MGG gave 2.5. What will you give to strengthening the Department of the prosecutor, particularly the prosecutorial arm?
Yun. So, yun. Based sa mga kwento nyo, siguro, nirin pasado yung DOJ sa strengthening.
Oo.
5 po siguro.
The 8th is the independent ombudsman. Last year we gave a 6 kasi hindi pa na-appoint. What do you think?
Well, nakita natin yung appointment ni Pinoy ngayon kay former Justice Carpio Morales.
I would give a 10. You?
Ako rin po, 10 din po kay Justice Morales.
Excited mo naman.
Dahil kumampi na po kayo, di aayon na lang sa inyong batas na rating.
Okay. Zero-based budgeting. That was a 10 from the beginning and it's still going on. Ito, agency budget based on performance. Ginagawa niyo ba ito?
Opo, next year nga po, meron pang performance incentives na ino-offer sa mga empleyado. Para po maging engaged sila at lumahok talaga sila dyan sa proseso
Hindi na across the board. Ito,
performance-based po talaga.
Performance-based
meron
talaga.
Meron pong key result areas, merong performance indicators.
And you are telling me that this will be put in place next year.
Opo, kasama na sa
July
budget.
next year, that will be part of the grading.
Opo,
Okay.
totoo po yun.
Yeah. Ito based on COA audits, medyo matagal yung, mabagal ang COA audit. So, this really is not part of it. Hindi siguro niya alam nung nagkakampanya siya na COA audits take a long time, so we will do this. So now we have a theoretical grading system like this. Huwag kayong alis dyan, sasabihin namin sa inyo kung ano ang resulta.